over?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a Q.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour. I am Michael, your host. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We got some new QAnon, Q clearance, breadcrumbs drops. Folks, it is a good time. I don't know how to explain all that stuff at Trump Tower. If somebody's got a good clue, go ahead and leave a comment down below. If at this point you're not seeing all the connections, folks, I don't know what to tell you. At this point, you've probably seen tons of channels flip the mark, convince you, spend lots of months convincing you that not to listen, this is wrong. But here we are at the verge, at the very peak of something getting ready just to drop off like a cliff. All right. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring the bell, toggle the switch, take a look in the comment section, leave a comment, look in the comment section, take a look in the description box. Got all the links down there for where we're getting ready to get into right here at the QAnon drops, the Q map. Got the Patreon account to help support the Patriot Hour so we can keep doing what we've been doing for the last year, folks. And we plan on doing this after all this is over, after all this comes out. And we're going to help cater in the new news. We want to be here to give you guys truth, and we want to keep an eye on those that we put in charge again. We don't ever want to allow this to get this bad again, a couple hundred years of infestation. All right, we want to help be the exterminators. All right, so the last ones we went over were the 2559. We got a 2600 that came just after all that, 344. Sarah Carter, got a nice article here. Clinton whistleblowers Thursday, all right? Public hearing to reveal explosive information regarding this witch. A trove of documents on the Clinton Foundation alleging possible play for play and tax evasion have been turned over to the FBI and the IRS by several investigative whistleblowers, who will be testifying in open hearing before the House Oversight and the Government Reform Committee Thursday, according to the Committee on the Lawmakers. Roughly 6,000 documents that are expected to reveal nearly 2-year investigation by the whistleblowers with a private firm called MDA Analytics LLC, limited liability company, which had allegedly turned over the documents more than a year and a half ago to the IRS, according to John Solomon, who first published this report last week from The Hill. There's a very interesting article here, folks. I'll read a little bit more here. The whistleblowers are former federal criminal investigators who allege the Clinton Foundation was engaged in illegal activities and may be liable for millions of dollars in delinquent taxes and penalties, according to the Solomon. The Department of Justice and the FBI's Little Rock, Arkansas field office, which is believed to be investigating the foundation, have allegedly obtained the documentation from the whistleblowers as well, according to lawmakers who've spoken with the whistleblowers. Clinton Foundation officials could not be immediately reached for a comment. However, a former whistleblower who has spoken with agents from Little Rock FBI field office last year and worked for years as an undercover informant collecting information on Russia's nuclear energy and industry for the Bureau noted his enormous frustration with the DOJ and FBI. He describes this two-tier justice system that failed to actively investigate the information he provided years ago on Clinton. So this is a guy I've been talking about. We didn't know his name till just recently, and I don't even know if we still do, but yeah, this guy witnessed a bunch of stuff in the uranium, and he came forward, and they turned, hey, you be a informant for us, and go about your business, give us everything, and they had him sign stuff, and then they blocked him. Who was the head of the FBI at the time? No other than Mueller. So what do we expect? What do we expect from these people? Nothing. Not at the time. Not then. Now, we can expect justice. All right, so we got that Sarah Carter article, 2600, 2601, came at 522. We got this is a really interesting Paul Ceron, #1 QAnon thread about U.S. Attorney John Huber. and the explosive prosecution effort he is heading alongside with DOJ IG Attorney General Horowitz. In the scope and size, it is said to be the biggest in the history. And this link here, folks, goes over. So that was number 1. Number 2, I'd like to begin with 60 drop from a early November 17. Please pay attention to the vital aspect of the storm, its secrecy, and the compartmentalization of intel. Less than 10 people have the full picture. Much of the action has taken place in the shadows. Number 3, this is also valid when it comes to the judicial front of the operations, to the effort to bring the dangerous enemies to justice. Number 4, Q taught us the basics of this strategy in Drop 151 back in mid-November of 17. How do you capture a very dangerous animal? Do you attack it from the front? Do you walk through the front door? Do you signal ahead of time you will be attacking? So it goes through everything, folks. This is really, really good, really well put together. And I might just make a video over all these because it goes down to 20. I mean, he's into some. It's a lot. So you have to check that out on your own. Goodbye, Mr. Rosenstein. In the brackets, Rod Rosenstein still overseeing special counsel? Question mark. Oversight of nonprofit organization, a case study on the Clinton Foundation. So here is tomorrow's subcommittee on the government operations, hearing date December 13th at 2 p.m. Purpose to discuss the management of the 501c3 nonprofit organizations and how the designation impacts the programs and activities of a nonprofit is allowed to conduct. So we get into tomorrow. We got Tom Fenton, panel 1, Mr. Philip Hackney, associate law professor, University of Pittsburgh, panel 1, Mr. Lawrence W. Dole, manager partner, DM Income Advisors, panel 2, and John F. Monine, principal, JFM and Associates. That's on the schedule for tomorrow. Scheduled for tomorrow, where's Huber? Question mark. Nobody is above the law. The world is watching. Huh. All right, 2602. It's very interesting. Nobody is above the law. 2602, 531. We got an anonymous poster here, and this must be why the shills are spewing everywhere. Love it. Panic is good. Fake news attacks. Blue check mark attacks. Shield attacks. Badge of honor. Over the target. Q. All right, so 2603 came at 533. Gives us a repost of 2601. Goodbye, Mr. Rosenstein. Rod Rosenstein in the brackets, still overseeing the special counsel. What if there's another prosecutor outside of D.C. assigned by Sessions with the same mandate and authority? One for the history books. Not long now. So what, are we going to find out there was another guy that nobody really knew about? That's how quiet it was. Not in secret, just not talked about. You know, wide open, just an investigation. What are you going to do? Set off fireworks to let everyone know? So what if there's another prosecutor? Are we talking about somebody outside of Huber even? Because Huber's not from D.C. He's from Utah. One for the history books. Not long now. So that's telling you, folks, not long now. What does that mean? Not too much longer. Just like everyone's been wanting and waiting. Here it is. Here you have it. So that was 2603. We're moving on up to 2604. Appears to be the last one in the series of updates right here that I have. This came at 552. Got another anonymous poster at 536. Q posted for context. So Huber is a head fake? If so, brilliant. I would say the same thing. If it turns out to be that's the case. Wow. And I mean, it would just be that this, you know, even though I thought Huber had a pretty fair run and it was pretty quiet for him, and he was able to do this investigation fairly and, you know, nonpartisan, outside of the swamp, not connected, not somebody that's in D.C. cheers and glasses, smoking cigars and drinking their fine whiskeys and brandies behind the doors together. Some of the... All right, so if that's the case, false. HUBER will bring severe pain to DC. So, all right, they're not saying HUBER was a head fake. They're just saying, what if there was somebody else? Sessions forced release of name of HUBER to the House, created another variable. Use logic. Why would we tell you the plan if in doing so alerts those who are actively engaged in hunting? You are witnessing firsthand the demise of those in power. The old guard, in brackets, in the kill brackets. Those who push simply have no grasp of reality. Those who push simply do not understand warfare tactics. Emotions cloud judgment. Emotions cloud logic. That is true. You have more than you know. Securing the Senate meant everything. Securing the Supreme Council, or Special Council, or Supreme Court meant everything. We're talking about the Supreme. Avoided Z. Not sure what that means. It's in the brackets. Avoided Plan Z. They started at A. A's in capital. Z. A to Z. A voided Z. We the people. Enough is enough. Together we win. Do you think all these attacks on Q, we the people, in parentheses, is simply for a person on the internet who they label as a conspiracy? You think all this stuff by the mainstream, all these articles, all this stuff, all these months has just been for a single guy on the internet making up stuff? And man, if they're that good, and we've even got so much in the way of to point us, where things are leading, and here it is. And I mean, I've been talking about HUBER since March, April. Think for yourself, trust yourself, research for yourself. We promote that. Be in control of yourself. Never let someone else drive you. Those who try to drive you are not your friend. Remember that, folks. Think for yourself, trust yourself, research for yourself, be in control of yourself. Never let someone else drive you. Those who try to drive you are not your friend. Connect all the dots, come to your own conclusions. Can never be wrong if you actually look at all the facts. If you look at a bunch of facts and a bunch of lies and you use your logic, you typically are going to land in the right direction. You might have some, minute, finite details wrong, but the bigger picture should be clear. All right, that's all we try to promote here at the Patriot Hour. Our agenda is simple. Promote freedom, liberty, and everyone to, research for yourself, connect all the dots for yourself, and come to your own conclusions. So be in control of yourself and never let someone else drive you. Go. Trust yourself. That's all we can really keep pounding in your head. All right, folks. I just wanted to get those read. Not a lot. We'll do a on-the-fly update here. Make sure nothing else dropped. So 2604. 2604 is the last drop. Nothing new from the queue. That came at 5:52, not too long ago. All right, again, I am Michael. This is a Patriot Hour. I'm going to be back here possibly later this evening. Anything more pops off for sure, we'll be back. I'm working on possibly a edited video, something different like I like to do, put out. We got all these updates read. Again, look for a live feed possibly tomorrow, sometime in the mid-morning, and we'll have a good time. It'll be great. Things are coming, folks. This is what everyone's been waiting for. Leave a comment down below. What do you think? Again, is everyone excited? Of course we are. But what is you guys have any thoughts on the breakdowns of these or anything else you heard? Leave some comments down below. We love it. It's a great patriotic time down there. So before you leave the channel, make sure you check that out and hit the subscribe, check the links, read the articles, and do a little bit more research for yourself. Again, I'm Michael, Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you. We'll see you back here real soon. Next Patriot Hour video.